In the heart of Veridia, Sarmatia, stands a stadium, now silent. Once a vibrant cauldron of passion and pride, it serves as a stark monument to what vanished. This isn't a story of a club relegated or relocated. This is the unprecedented account of FC Astraea, a football club that, by all official accounts, simply ceased to exist overnight. From one day to the next, a team, its players, its staff, its entire infrastructure, dissolved into thin air. The speed and silence of its demise left fans, city officials, and even rival clubs reeling, struggling to comprehend how a seemingly successful entity could just disappear. FC Astraea wasn't always a ghost. Just a few years prior, it was the darling of Veridia. Founded in 1985, the club spent decades in regional obscurity before a sudden, meteoric rise. Local legends speak of its humble beginnings, playing on dusty pitches before attracting significant investment in the early 2010s. This injection of capital, coupled with astute management and a strong youth academy, propelled them through the lower leagues with remarkable speed, culminating in their promotion to the top-flight Sarmatian League in 2021. Their trajectory was upward, seemingly unstoppable. For the city of Veridia, FC Astraea was more than just a football team, it was a cornerstone of community identity. Local businesses thrived on match days, young aspiring athletes dreamed of playing in the Astraea colours, and generations of families bonded over victories and defeats. Supporters identified deeply with the club's underdog spirit, celebrating their ascent as a testament to Veridia's own resilience. The club's social programs were extensive, funding local youth development and charity initiatives, cementing its place not just in the sporting landscape, but in the very fabric of the city. The catalyst for Astraea's rise was a figure known only as Victor Lazarev. Appearing in 2012, Lazarev, a reclusive businessman with opaque financial dealings, reportedly invested an unprecedented sum into the club. He acquired a majority stake, promising to transform Astraea into a national powerhouse. Sources familiar with the club's operations, who wish to remain anonymous due to lingering concerns, describe Lazarev as charismatic yet distant, rarely engaging directly with fans or local media. His wealth seemed limitless, funding lavish player transfers and stadium upgrades, fueling the dream of glory. The 2023-2024 season was to be FC Astraea's defining moment. Under a new, highly regarded coach, the team played scintillating football. They reached the Sarmatian Cup final, a feat unimaginable just years prior, and were in contention for a top-3 league finish, promising European competition qualification. The atmosphere in Veridia was electric, tickets sold out weeks in advance, and merchandise flew off the shelves. Local newspaper, Veridia Chronicle, declared it the golden age of Sarmatian football, a testament to the club's unprecedented success and the belief that anything was possible for FC Astraea. However, beneath the veneer of success, subtle cracks began to appear. Reports from local sports journalist Ilara Vance, working for the Veridia Chronicle, hinted at inconsistencies. Players, speaking off the record, mentioned delayed wage payments. Suppliers reported overdue invoices. The club's usually efficient administrative staff seemed to be shrinking, with key personnel resigning without public explanation. These were dismissed by the club's management as a minor administrative adjustments and temporary cash flow issues, typical growing pains for a rapidly expanding organization. But to a keen eye like Vance's, they were red flags. Ilara Vance's concerns deepened. Her investigative pieces, initially subtle, grew bolder. She probed into the opaque structure of Lazarev's investment firm, Astraea Holdings, discovering a web of offshore companies and holding entities. Vance publicly questioned the club's rapidly increasing debt, contrasting it with their on-field success. Despite her efforts, her warnings largely went unheeded. Fans, blinded by the club's triumphs, largely dismissed them as a negative journalism. Club management issued strong denials, accusing Vance of fabricating sensationalist stories and attempting to destabilize the team during its most crucial period. May 18, 2024. FC Astraea played their final home game of the season, a thrilling 3-2 victory that secured their spot in the Sarmatian Cup final. The stadium was a sea of blue and gold, an explosion of joy. The players, unaware of the impending catastrophe, celebrated with their loyal fans. Lazarev was reportedly absent, a detail noted by few at the time. The post-match celebrations extended late into the night, a collective catharsis for a season of unexpected highs. No one could have predicted that this would be the last time the stadium would echo with the cheers for FC Astraea. The morning of May 19 brought confusion, then disbelief. Fans arriving at the stadium to buy cup final tickets found the gates locked. Not just closed, but chained shut. The club offices were empty, phones unanswered. Within hours, news spread like wildfire. Players were informed via a generic email that their contracts were null and void, effective immediately. Staff found their key cards deactivated. FC Astraea's official website and social media accounts were taken offline. The club, once a beacon of community, had vanished. Veridia woke up to a reality where its beloved team simply no longer existed. A few days later, a brief, terse statement emerged from Astraea Holdings, the investment firm owned by Lazarev. It cited unforeseen and insurmountable financial difficulties leading to the immediate cessation of all club operations. No apologies, no further details, no explanation for the suddenness. Local authorities, caught entirely off guard, stated they had received no prior warning or indication of such dire straits. The Sarmatian Football Federation expressed deep regret and shock, confirming Astraea's immediate withdrawal from all competitions. The language was cold, corporate, and offered little comfort to the thousands of heartbroken fans. Official bankruptcy proceedings soon followed. Documents filed in Veridia's commercial courts painted a grim picture. The club's liabilities far outweighed its assets, listing debts in excess of 50 million Sarmatian leu, roughly €12 million. This included significant outstanding payments to players, staff, suppliers, and even the city council for stadium lease agreements. However, the most striking detail was the rapid, almost aggressive, liquidation of the club's most valuable assets in the months prior. Training grounds, youth academy facilities, and even player contracts were sold off, often at seemingly undervalued prices. Further forensic audits, initiated by creditors, revealed startling discrepancies. Millions of euros, reportedly invested by Lazarev, simply could not be traced. Bank statements showed large sums flowing into the club, only to be siphoned out through a complex network of shell companies and offshore accounts, often disguised as consultancy fees or intellectual property rights. Experts described a classic pump-and-dumper scheme, where the club's perceived success was artificially inflated to attract investment, only for the funds to be stripped away. The money was gone, vanished as completely as the club itself. The central figure, Viktor Lazarev, was nowhere to be found. His registered address in Veridia was a vacant apartment. All known phone numbers were disconnected. International search warrants issued by Sarmatian authorities yielded no results. Sources close to the investigation speculate that Lazarev likely fled the country weeks, if not months, before the club's official collapse, orchestrating the final stages from a distance. The only trace of him was the elaborate financial web he left behind, a testament to his careful planning and ruthless execution. He was a ghost before the club even became one. Amidst the chaos, Ilara Vance became a lone voice for truth. Her initial warnings, once dismissed, were now validated with tragic clarity. She continued her investigation, meticulously piecing together the financial puzzle. Vance traveled, interviewed former staff, players, and financial experts, often at personal risk. She uncovered connections to organized crime figures in neighboring countries, suggesting Astraea might have been used as a front for larger money laundering operations. Her dedication shone a spotlight on the darker underbelly of modern football, where passion can be exploited for illicit gain. The Sarmatian prosecutor's office, acting on Vance's reporting and their own inquiries, eventually issued warrants for Lazarev's arrest on charges of grand fraud, embezzlement, and money laundering. Their findings supported the theory that FC Astraea's rapid success was a deliberate, sophisticated facade. The club's value was inflated, not for sporting glory, but to facilitate the transfer of illicit funds and to attract further investment, which was then systematically stolen. The football club was merely a vehicle, a shell designed to serve a financial criminal enterprise, camouflaged by the fervor of the beautiful game. The disappearance of FC Astraea left deep, lasting scars on Veridia. Economically, the void was immense. Businesses that relied on matchday revenue struggled or closed. Emotionally, the blow was devastating. Children who had dreamed of playing for Astraea were left without a local club. The trust in local institutions and the promise of growth were shattered. The stadium, once a symbol of hope, became a constant, painful reminder of betrayal. The city, once vibrant with football fever, now grappled with the lingering question: how could something so central to its identity be so easily stolen? Years later, many questions remain. Where exactly did Victor Lazarev go? Will he ever be brought to justice? What happened to the millions of euros siphoned from the club? While the horror of Astraea's disappearance has largely been uncovered, the who else and why are beyond mere financial gain continue to fuel speculation. Was Lazarev acting alone, or was he part of a larger, more powerful network? The full scope of the operation, its beneficiaries, and its reach are still shrouded in mystery, a testament to the sophistication of modern financial crime infiltrating sports. FC Astraea's story is a sobering reminder of the inherent fragility of football clubs, especially those with rapid, unchecked growth and opaque ownership structures. The beautiful game, with its immense popularity and emotional pull, can be a prime target for illicit activities. Without robust financial oversight, transparency in ownership, and vigilant regulatory bodies, similar tragedies could repeat. The passion of fans, the dedication of players, and the heart of a community can all be leveraged and exploited by individuals with no interest beyond personal enrichment. It serves as a stark warning to the global football community. Today, the Astraea Arena stands silent and decaying, a concrete skeleton of forgotten dreams. Its rusted turnstiles and overgrown pitch whisper stories of a glorious past and a sudden, brutal end. Though no longer a place of roaring crowds, it remains a powerful symbol for the people of Veridia, a monument not only to what was lost but to the resilience required to move forward. The ghost of FC Astraea serves as a perpetual reminder that even in the most passionate corners of the world, vigilance is paramount against the shadows that seek to exploit the very heart of the game.